Hi to all, welcome to HEF channel. You are watching health, environment, fire safety, food safety, sustainability solutions. Today we are discussing very informative topic, that is what is the FMEA and what is the FMEA history and definitions, what can do for you, and what is the types of FMEA, team members of roles and regulation of that FMEA, and FMEA terminology, and how to start that FMEA, what is the worksheets and FMEA scorings. So that we will be discuss, and what is the failure modes and effect analysis, and when to use that FMEA, and FMEA procedures, FMEA examples, and FMEA resources. So let us discuss FMEA history. And first of all, FMEA, before FMEA history, there is a three laws is that Murphy laws, everything that can fail shall fail. So this is known as a Murphy's laws and is one of the main reasons behind the FMEA technique. Consequently, during the design of a system or product, the designer must always think in terms of what could go wrong with the system or process, how badly might it go wrong, what needs to be done to prevent failures. That's given to the Murphy's laws. And second, bathtub curve. This theory is the preventive maintenance. The curve issue shows the infant mortality failures and useful life failures and constant failure rates, and preventive maintenance extends the useful life and wear out the failures and operating life like times and miles. You have to show the bathtub curve. And Titanic cause map, its effect roots cause analysis. This prescription uses the Titanic instance to demonstrate the cause mapping methodology and systems thinking approach to root cause analysis. This is how to analyze and document and communicate and solve problems effectively. So how it is the FMEA origins? FMEA, this type of thinking has been around of hundreds of years. It was first formalized in the aerospace industry during the Apollo program in the 1960s. So Department of Defense developed in the revised MIL STDs 1629A guidelines during the 1970s, and Ford Motor Company published instructions manuals in the 1980s, and automotive industry collectively developed standards in the 1990s. So like that its version. So what is the FMEA? FMEA stands for failure mode effect analysis. Failure mode effect analysis. FM is a tool that allows is a prevent systems, product and process problems before they occur, and reduce cost by identifying system, product and process improvements early in the development cycles, create more robust process, and it's a prioritize actions that decrease risk of failure, and evaluate the systems design and process from a new vantage points. Failure mode effect analysis provides a systematic process. It's identify and evaluate potential failure modes, potential causes of the failure mode, and identify and quantify the impact of potential failures, identify and prioritize actions to reduce or eliminate the potential failure, implement action plan based on assigned responsibilities and completion dates, document the associate activities. And this is the they have to failure mode effect analysis. There is a rule of 10. If the issue cost when it is discovered in the field, then it may be cost 1000 if discovered during the final test, but it may be cost 100 if discovered during the incoming inspection. Even better, it may be cast 10 if discovered during the design process engineering phase. Like rule of 10 is also there. And what is the exactly benefits of the failure mode effect analysis? Contributes to improve the designs for the products and process. It's a higher reliability, better quality, increased safety, enhanced customer satisfaction, contributes to the cost savings, decreases development time and redesign costs, decreases warranty costs, decreases waste, non-value added operations, contributes to continuous improvements. So this is the benefits of failure mode effect analysis. For this, in failure mode effect analysis, there is a very step-by-step approach identifying the all possible failures in design, a manufacturing or assembly process or product service. It's a common process analysis tool. So failure modes means the ways or modes in which something might fail. Failure or any errors or defects, especially ones that affects the customer and can be potential or actual, that's called the failure modes. Or effect analysis refers to studying the consequences of those failures. So failures are prioritizing according to how serious their consequences are, how frequently they occur, and how easily they can be detected. The purpose of the failure mode effect analysis is to take action to eliminate or reduce failures, starting with the highest priority ones. Failure modes and effect analysis also documents current knowledge and actions about the risks of failures for use in continuous improvement. Failure mode effect analysis is used to during design to prevent failures. So later it's used for control before and during ongoing operations of the process. Ideally, FMEA begins during the earliest conceptual stages of design and continues throughout the life of the product and services. So like that, a failure mode effect analysis, there is a types is there. There is a types of failure mode effect analysis: system or concept and SCFMEA, driven by system functions. A system is a organized set of parts or subsystems to accomplish one or more functions. System FMEA are typically very early before specific hardware has been determined. And next, design DFMEA, driven by a part of component functions. A design part is a unit of physical hardware that is considered a single replaceable part with respect to repair. Design FMEA are typically done later in the development process when specific hardware has been determined. And the third one is a process PFMEA, driven by process functions and part characteristics. A process is a sequence of tasks that is organized to produce a product or provide a service. A process FMEA can involve fabrications, assembly, transactions, or services. So, in failure mode effect analysis, what is the exactly terminology? Let us will discuss. Failure modes means specific loss of a function, is a concise description of how a part, system or manufacturing process may potentially fail to perform its functions. And failure mode effect, a description of the consequence or ramification of a system or part failure. A typical failure mode may have a several effects depending on which customer you consider. And the severity rating, seriousness of the effect. Severity is the numerical rating of the impact on customers. Failure mode or causes, a description of the design or process deficiency, the global cause or root level cause that results in the failure mode. And occurrence rating, it is an estimate number of frequencies or cumulative number of failures based on experience that will be occur in our design concept for a given cause over the intended life of the design. So these are the FMEA terminology. And failure mode controls, the mechanism or methods or tests, procedures or controls that we have a place to prevent the cause of the failure mode or detect the failure mode of cause should it occur. Detection rating, A numerical rating of probability that a given of state of controls will discover a specific cause of failure more to prevent bad parts leaving the facility or getting to the ultimate customer. And RPN, risk priority number, is the product of severity, occurrence and reduction. Risk is called RPN is called S into O into D. And action planning, a thoroughly thought out and well developed FMEA with high risk patterns that is not followed with the corrective action has little or no value other than having a chart for an audit. So this is entirely FMEA terminology. If you go for the process, there is a FMEA process is there. There is a 7 steps of process is there. Step 1, select a process to evaluate. Step 2, recruit a multidisciplinary team. Step 3, have the team meet to list all the steps in the process. And step 4, have the team list failure modes and causes. Step 5, for each failure mode have the team assign a numeric value risk priority number for likelihood of occurrence, likelihood of detection and severity. And coming to that 6, evaluate the results, identify the failure modes with the top 10 highest risk priority numbers, RPN. And 7th step is that use RPN to plan improvement efforts. So this is the entire FMEA process of 7 steps. And next, coming to what is the FMEA team roles. There is a champion, sponsor, team leader, facilitator, and FMEA core team and recorder. So in this 5 roles is there. The majorly champion or sponsor means is to provide the resources and support, attends some meetings, promotes team efforts, shares authority power with the team, kick off the team, implements recommendations. And FMEA core team 4 to 6 members is there. There is a expertise in product, process, cross functional, honest communication, active participation, positive attitude, respect other opinions and participant in the decisions. Team leader is the watchdog of the project and good leadership skills. The respected and relaxed leads but does not dominate, maintain full team participations, typically lead engineer. And facilitator is the watchdog of the process, keeps team on the track, failure mode effect analysis process expertise, encourages and develops team dynamics, communicates assertively, ensures everyone participates. And the recorder keeps documentation of team's efforts. FMEA chart keeper coordinates meeting rooms time, distributes meeting rooms and agendas. They're all the failure mode effective analysis team roles and responsibilities for FMEA core team. And what is the risk priority number, RPN? RPN means S into O into D. S means severity, P means occurrence, D means detection. Severity into occurrence into detection. RPN is used to prioritize concerns and actions. The greater the value of the RPN, the greater the concern. RPN ranges from the 1 to 1000. The team must make efforts to reduce higher RPNs through corrective action. General guidelines is over 100 is called recommended action. This is all the RPN, severity, occurrence and detection is very important. And it's a RPN considerations is a rating scale. Example, severity is equal 10 indicates that it is effect is very serious and is worse than the severity equal to 1. Occurrence is called 10 indicates that is a likelihood of occurrence is very high and is worse than occurrence 1. And detection 10 indicates that the failure is not likely to be detected before it reaches the end user and is worse than detection is called 1. So RPN ratings are related to the particular analysis. An RPN is one analysis is a comparable to other RPNs is the same analysis, but an RPN may not be comparable to RPNs in another analysis. This is the entirely RPN considerations. What is the risk guidelines? What is the effects of risks, and what is the ranking of risks, and what is the criteria? The risk guidelines is the none means 1, no effect, very slight, negligible effect on performance, some users may notice it, and slight effect on performance, non-vital faults will be noticed by many users. Minor, there is a rank 4, minor effects or performance, user is slightly dissatisfied. Moderate, 5th, reduced performance with gradual performance degradation, user dissatisfaction. And severe, degraded performance but safe and usable, user dissatisfied. High severity, 7, very poor performance. Very high severity, 8, inoperable but safe. Extreme severity, 9th rank, probable failure with hazardous effects, compliance with the regulation is unlikely. Maximum severity, 10, unpredictable failure with hazardous effects, almost certain, non-compliant with regulations. So these are all the risk guidelines are in steps. And what is occurrence ranking? Occurrence and rank and criteria. Extremely unlikely, 1, less than 0.01 per thousand. Remote likelihood, 2, 0.1 per thousand rate of occurrence. Very low likelihood, 3, rank 0.5 per thousand. Low likelihood, 4th, 1 per thousand rate of occurrence. Moderately low likelihood, 5, 2 per thousand rate of occurrence. Medium likelihood, 6, 5 per thousand rate of occurrence. Moderately high likelihood, 7, 10% a thousand rate of occurrence. Very high severity, 8 and 20 per thousand rate of occurrence. And extremely severity, 9, 50 per thousand rate of occurrence. And maximum severity, 10, 100 per thousand rate of occurrence. These are all the occurrence rating. Detection ratings also is there. Same detections and rank and criteria. Extremely risk, 1, can be corrected prior to prototype. Very likely, 2, can be corrected prior to design release. High likelihood, 3rd, likely to be corrected. Moderately high likelihood, 4th, design controls are moderately affected. Medium likely, design controls have been chance of working, 5th rank. Moderately low likelihood, 6th rank, design control may miss the problem. And low likelihood, 7, design controls are likely to miss the problem. Very low likelihood, 8, design controls have a poor chance of detection. Remote likelihood, 9th, unproven or unreliable design or poor chance of detection. Extremely unlikely, 10th, no design technique are available or controls will not detect. These all the detection ratings is the detection and rank and criteria. So FMEA is very important session. It's a very inputs and all that you have to team members who are the, suppose if take for anything case study, process engineer, manufacturing supervisor, operators or quality safety, product engineering or customers or suppliers, everybody have to assemble and understand that failure mode of actions, what exactly assemble and what is that a team, and what machining problems and what sealant problem, what is the drilling holes, any end user or any potential effects or any leakage or odor, poor appearance or endanger safety and loss of primary function or performance, any can't be assembled or can't be tapper, can't be connect, can't be fastened, damage connect to anything does not matter and endangers to operate. So any severity ranking, how these effects of potential failure mode may be impact customer and only applies to the affected and is assigned with regard to the rating. And what is the potential effects of failure severity, can't be assembled, bolt, endanger operators. So like highest effect rating and potential causes, occurrence ranking, detections, RPN. So all you have to take the recommendations accordingly, you have to follow that process instructions and trainings and visual inspection and TARQ audits. So actually this FMEA is that when to use the FMEA means the when process or product or service is being to design or redesigned after quality function deployment. So when an existing process or product or service is being be applied in a new way, so maybe before developing control plans for a new modified process, when improvements goals are planned for an existing process, product or service, or when analyzing failures on existing process, product or service, or periodically throughout life of the process, product or service. So this is the when to use FMEA. And what is the FMEA procedure? This is a general procedure. Specific details may vary with standards of your organizations or your industry. Before undertaking that FMEA process, learn more about standards and specific methods in your organizations and industry through other references and training. You can be assemble a cross-functional team of people with diverse knowledge about the process, product or service and customer needs. Functions often include our design, manufacturing, quality, testing, reliability, maintenance, purchasing, sales, marketing, and customer service. You can identify the scope of the failure mode effect analysis. Is it for concept, system, design, process, or service? What are the boundaries? How detailed they should be? And use flowcharts to identify the scope and to make sure every team members understand it detailed. You can fill the all information top of your failure mode effect analysis form. These remaining steps ask for information that will go for column to that one by one steps. Suppose we'll take for FMEA examples. Identify the functions of your scope. Ask what is the purpose of the system, design, process or service. What do the customer expect? That name it with verb followed by that noun. Usually one will break the scope into separate subsystems, items or parts or assemblies or process steps and identify the function of each. For each function, identify all the ways failure could happen. These all potential failure modes. If necessary, go back and rewrite the function with more detail to be sure the failure modes show a loss of the function, that function. For each failure mode, identify all the consequences on the system related to that process, related to the product, related to that service, customer, regulations. These are all the potential effects of failure. Ask what does the customer experience because of this failure? What happens when this failure occurs? Determine how serious each effect is. This is a severity rating. Severity is usually rated on scale from 1 to 10, where is the 1 insignificant and 10 is the catastrophic. If failure mode has more than one effect, write on the FMEA table only the highest severity rating for that failure mode. For each failure mode, determine all the potential root causes. Use tool classified cause analysis tool as well as the best knowledge and experience of the team. List all possible causes for each failure mode on the FMEA form. For each cause, determine the occurrence rating, or this rating estimates the probability of the failure occurring for that reason during the lifetime of your scope. Occurrence is usually rated at scale of from 1 to 10, where is a 1 extremely unlikely and 10 is an inevitable. On the FMEA table, list the occurrence rating for each use. For each cause, identify a current process controls. There are tests, procedure, mechanisms that you now have in place to keep failures from reaching the customer. These controls might prevent the cause from happening, reduce the likelihood that it will happen, or detect failure after the cause has already happened but before the customer is affected. For each control, determine the detection rating. This rating estimates the how well the controls can detect either the cause or its failure mode after they have happened but before the customer is affected. Detection is usually rated at scale from 1 to 10, when 1 means the control is absolutely certain to detect the problem and 10 means the control is certain to not detect the problem on the FMEA table. So least detection of rating each cause. So optional for most indicates this is failure mode associated with that critical characteristics. Critical characteristics are measurements or indicators that reflect safety or compliance with the government regulations and need specific controls. If so, the classification receive yes or no show whether special controls are needed. Usually critical characteristics have a severity of 9 to 10 or occurrence and detection ratings above 3. So calculate the risk priority number or RPN, or which equals to S, severity, occurrence and detections. Also calculate criticality by multiplying severity by occurrence. and these numbers provide the guidance for ranking potential failures in order to they should be addressed. So identify all recommended actions. The actions to be design or process changes are lower severity or occurrence. There may be additional controls to improve directions. Also note who is responsible for the actions and target completion dates. So like this, any all FMEA example. So we'll take for one FMEA example. A bank performed a process FMEA on their ATM system. It shows that the function dispense cache and a few of failure modes for the function. The option is classification column was not used. Only the headings shown that rightmost columns. The note is that RPN and criticality priorities causes differently. According to the RPN, machine jumps and heavy computer network traffic are the first and second highest risks. One highway value for severity or occurrence times a reductions rating of 10 generates a high RPN. Criticality does not include the reduction rating, so it rates highest the only cause with medium to high values for both severity and occurrence out of cache. The team should be use their experience and judgment to determine the appropriate priorities for action. So like this you can be discussed for all failure mode effect analysis for your process and procedures and system. The failure mode effect analysis is the very important in your things. It is a risk management in this your no workplace area, and risk management is in healthcare industry, risk management in workplaces. So all industry the failure mode effect analysis training is very important for all safety professionals, and understand the purpose of the FMEA and understand the steps of the FMEA process, understand the how to use the FMEA, and it is a complete exercise and actually create an FMEA any be in the comfortable process. So is all the failure mode and effect analysis the a team based systematic and proactive approach for identifying the ways that a process can fail, why it might fail, the effects of that failure, and how it can be made. The goal is to eliminate or minimize the potential for failures, to stop failures before harm reaches the patients, or to minimize the consequence of failure. So it is the aim at preventing a tragedy or not simply responding it. Does not require a previous experience close call, makes a system more failure proof or fault tolerant. So practitioners systems know the specific vulnerabilities and failure points. Professional and moral obligation to first do no harm. Increased expectations that we create safe system. And it is a accidents prevention has not be primarily focus of anything any workplace area. You can be understand for that FMEA process and procedure how it will be works. It is the narrow in the key failures to address assign each failure mode 3 rating severity occurrence and detections. So that you should be understand, and RPN means severity and occurrence and detections. So understand the RPN and procedure. FMEA steps, suppose select the high risk control process, assemble the team, map the process, brainstorm the potential failure modes, identify effects of each failure mode, and prioritize that failure modes RPN, develop the mitigation strategies and redesign process, implement and evaluate the redesign, monitor the effectiveness of new process. This is the FMEA process steps in each things. You can select a high risk process and have a variable inputs are complex and non-standardized and heavily dependent on human interventions. So like that you have to be discussed for all the examples or anything. Suppose if you go for healthcare industry or medical industry, medication administration or surgery team, transfusers or restraints or isolation emergency team, high risk populations. So you can be assembled to all the team leader, facility manager, as a recorder, process experts. So all areas involved, safety, supplier, for all everybody met that create the map and pick the manageable portion of the process. Make sure the topic of narrow focus and define the beginning to end process, understand that things and brainstorm, create the brainstorm potential failure modes, and what is the process step and failure mode 1, failure mode 2, failure mode 3. You can have the multiple identify the effects, review each failure mode and identify the potential effects for each one. Try not to overlook any effects. So results will be automatically come. So the seriousness and severity of the effect is the very important. Process steps and what is that step, potential failure mode, in what ways to can the step go wrong, potential failure effects, what is the impact on the customer if the failure mode is not prevented occurred. So like that, severity and potential causes, what causes that gaps wrong, how could be failure mode occurred, occurrences and current process. So that should be how to scoring scale is there. You have to need to have a scale to reference and want to have the consistency scale throughout your organizations. Make it a meaningful to your organizations. Start with 1 and end with 10. Don't use 0. 1 is the best and 10 is the worst. Relate to 1 thorough, 10 to each of severity, occurrence and detectability. Customize the scale of to your organization. So like occurrence and detection is very important. So in this RPN also very important for the risk, and you can be calculate the risk priority numbers, and you can be prioritize the RPN numbers, determine the root cause analysis, use appropriate root cause analysis tools like Fishbone, Ishikawa cause effect analysis, or Wi-Fi analysis and 5-eye analysis. Pareto charts, scatter plots may be considered as a separate step to in failure mode effect analysis. Is a determine true root cause each potential failure mode before determining the mitigation strategies. So in these things, so you can be understand the examples of severity, protections, emergencies, and so all the equipments or anything, warning and messages and any backups or redundant systems, and expanding to supplier base and design and vendor systems. You can be understand the where is the severity and you can prevent for that, and increase the process and you increase the checks and increase that your education, increase the error proofing system, Pokayoka, better data collections, and you can the supplier evaluation and monitoring, improve that way to improve detectability in process checks, automated checks, barcodes, and better measuring disease and error proofing, color coding systems, steps, statistical process, equipment, audit systems, testing, monitoring. So all you have to improve for that, implement and evaluate the new process and key steps. Important is assign a person are responsible for each action item and the due date of completion, and you have to follow up and verify action taken for intent use. You can evaluate for all the systems, and for this success you can start small, aim for early success, narrow, use different team members from same department for different parts of process. Compare to RCA, not able to do that. And FMEA pitfalls is the incomplete flowcharts of process, confusing effects with causes, not determining the true root causes, mixing severity, occurrence detects, inconsistency scoring of severity, occurrence detections, lack of RPN resolutions, not devoting enough time to the effect, not having the facilitator, not gathering input from all roles in process, not having the right team to members, low accountability and conducting. So these are all the FMEA pitfalls. So what is exactly benefits is a safety minded culture, proactive problem resolution, preventing of failures, failure proof approach, sense of control and ownership. So that is a failure mode effect analysis implementation. It is very important for this nowadays in workplace area, in your for all this in industries. This is the very team based, systematic and proactive approach for identifying that ways that a process in fail and why it might fail, the effects of that failure and how it can be made after. The main last understand that the failure mode effect analysis, the goal is to eliminate the errors, to eliminate and minimize the potential for failures, to stop failures before harm reaches any cases, or minimize the consequence of the failure. So guys, let us understand the failure mode effect analysis process, implement your workplace area. Thank you, thanks a lot.